Hey everybody, vegans, carnivores, keto, low carb, high fruit. I'm doing a spontaneous video here. So Dr. Shawn Baker just put up a new video. I got 20 seconds in and thought I should just get a live reaction just in case. And then I thought, why don't I just make a short video? So here we are. Now, I want to get up this video quick because of timeliness. He just put up his video. But it's also time to eat. So I'm going to be eating while I give my live reaction to Shawn Baker's video called Goes Carnivore Has Stroke. And Shawn Baker's not the kind of person to just put out one-sided information to promote a certain diet. So this could be actually interesting. In case you're wondering, these are figs I'll be eating here. Here we go. Check this out. Oh yeah, I think the main reason I'm here today is because you know how I've been saying recently, carnivore diet community seems to be not really so much about meat as it is about trying to attack veganism. So this video all about the carnivore diet and strokes, and listen to where he goes 20 seconds into the video.
Okay, this is something that I think is an important topic to discuss. Somebody sent me something on social media. I get literally thousands and thousands of social media messages a week, so it's hard for me to respond to all of them, but let me just lead this up. Somebody asked me the other day, the leading cause of vegans are are heart disease and cancer, stroke being a subset of heart disease. And the data is clear, it comes.
I think I didn't even catch that. What? I think he misspoke there. Let's hear that again. Maybe some cognitive brain fog.
The leading cause of vegans are heart disease and cancer, stroke being.
The cause of veganism. I think we know what he meant. Well, because my brain works so well, I know what he meant. Because I've heard this. I've heard this around this community. The leading cause of stroke is veganism. Also, when I paused here, I was looking at him and thinking, what does he look like? Because 2 videos back, I made a video about aging and a certain carnivore, Frank Dubano. And people have been attacking my looks ever since. Then I see this guy. But hey, he could be old. But then I remembered, isn't he right around the same age as me? I think so. I've got a website up here I'll pull up to check his age.
The Epic Oxford data shows that vegans are less likely to die of an MI, but slightly more likely to die of cancer, at least in that cohort of data. And that's really one of the only cohorts looking at mortality data that we actually have on people, because most people give up veganism and they don't stick with it for very long. And so somebody...
What did that have to do with it, the study?
Literally now hundreds of thousands of people have tried a carnivore diet. It's becoming more and more popular over the
But it doesn't matter how many. And then I noticed he said the word tried. Let's hear this again.
Literally now hundreds of thousands of people have tried a carnivore diet.
Now, thanks to the internet.
On people, because most people give up veganism. And I had one person, actually, to be fair, there's been a couple of people over the years that said, hey, I started a carnivore diet, and then sometime after that, something negative happened to me. I had a medical complication.
Now, I'm going to make a guess here. See, here, this is the beauty of live reactions. I can tell you my thoughts as this goes on. I'm predicting he's going to do, no, he's not going to do what all other carnivores going to do. He's going to do what us vegans do. He's going to use the same argument that vegans make and they put down. He's going to do the same thing now. Maybe that's my prediction. You can't just blame what you just started doing. There's a whole bunch of other factors. When you make one change in your diet, that's impossible. You can't just make one change. When you make one change in, say, your macro percentages, well, all the 3 macros percentages change. So there's 3 changes you made. You can't just make one change. And here I am defending the carnivore diet. Let's see where he goes with this.
I'm aware of even a couple of people that have died after starting a carnivore diet. Now, to be fair, they were...
Yeah, and And how about all this, the vegan baby phenomenon? Well reported in the carnivore community. People usually don't get into veganism, especially fruitarianism, if they're in perfect health.
And he started in carnivore, and then they subsequently tell me that they eventually died, which, they're already on hospice. It doesn't surprise you. And there is a background rate of disease that occurs regardless. If someone were to ask me, what do you think people on a carnivore diet are going to die of? Well, the most realistic answer is heart disease and cancer, the same thing that kills pretty much everyone else. Now, but anyway, this is a person who sent me a message on social media complaining that, hey, he actually had a stroke after starting a carnivore diet. And he reached out to various carnivore people, didn't get the response. I guess he wanted everybody to have.
I got some commentary here. Oh, I can imagine how this goes. They're going to start asking him questions like, what kind of meat were you eating? What was the fat content, protein content? Were you in ketosis? In other words, you were not doing it right.
This person went on a carnivore diet and had a stroke. And apparently the circumstance, he was drinking lots and lots of coffee and felt he was dehydrated and had a stroke. And maybe that had something to do with it, maybe not. It's hard to tell. If you look at the number of people that have strokes in the United States every year is about 800,000 people. Sort of, I think.
As he goes on with this, realize all these methods he's using for defending the carnivore diet, he could use to defend the vegan diet. He could.
The sort of moderate adult age where it's still fairly common. It's not as common as somebody that would be 70 or 80, but it's still relatively common. And so if we just look at the law of averages, let's say 100,000 people have tried a carnivore diet. If about 800,000 per year out of 300 million, we'll do that. That's about 0.25%. So 0.25% of people every year across the board have strokes. So 0.25%. If a carnivore diet was causative for strokes, then I'd say about 250 people would tell me they've had strokes. And that would be just to be the baseline. So the fact that I've only heard it once out of 100,000 people shows me that it's less likely.
Okay. Now he was being generously scientific here for the carnivore diet. But here I just caught my first flaw in his scientific method. He is conflating two different numbers that you can't really put together. You can't compare. He's saying he has heard of one stroke case out of 100,000. Now, the 100,000 comes from the total amount of people in the world doing it, have done it. But when he says one person, well, that's one person that he's heard of.
Vegans are really starting to annoy me with their logic.
One person that he's heard of. It's not like he's sitting in the center of the carnivore world where everything gravitates to him like he's the center of the universe. And I just heard, looking him up, that they do call him the king of carnivore diet. He was crowned the king of a carnivore. Crowned the king of a carnivore. Even that doesn't make sense. I'm really noticing brain problems in this community.
So it's really one of those hard things to say that just because something happened, you have to look at what the baseline prevalence is and then what the overall, what the new prevalence is. And right now it seems like the new prevalence is low for strokes and things like that.
Seems like it. From where he's sitting on his throne, as if this guy is conducting a study where he's in communication with everyone doing this diet. Meanwhile, this is the guy who took some information from someone on the internet. Picture of teeth. The guy was a fruitarian. But that guy, Shawn Baker used as a source, that guy acknowledged that he got the picture, just Googled for the picture. It's not his teeth.
Some of those people are going to have heart attacks. Some of them are going to have strokes. Was it the fly fishing that caused it, or was it just coincidence? It's hard to say. But anyway.
Oh, now there's such a thing as coincidence.
I say that I should warn everybody out there that, my God, a carnivore diet is going to put you up for stroke, when reality of the matter is it doesn't seem to be increasing the rates of that.
Oh, this is good stuff. Dr. Shawn Baker, the Carnivore-King, was basically just saying the carnivore diet's no worse than the SAID diet. The rate you'll have a stroke is not going to be any higher. That is not a good advertisement for a diet, to paraphrase my favorite Family Ties episode.
I mean, we're all going to die. I mean, and the things we know, the things we commonly see, we're well aware of. Got a carnivore diet.
But they expect vegans to live forever. It's 3 Ridge saying this long-term vegan is near death. In the pictures, a guy who was in his 80s.
1 in 100,000 person that has a stroke or something. Maybe just coincidence, probably just.
And this diet's new. These people are short-term. Heart disease takes a lot of time, a lot of years. A person under my aging video even said I sound old. I sound younger than Shawn Baker, and I look younger. Here's a Shawn Baker wiki page, bio, age, and he was born January 1967. That makes him a year older than me. He's 55, I'm 54. So I do not think carnivores should be posting comments under my videos saying I look old and saying, I'm glad I quit the vegan diet. I was headed for disaster. You're all BS. What do you think of this video? Thumbs up or thumbs down? And even better, leave a comment. Or have I said it all? Should we say farewell to kings? Another Rush reference. Oh, and also, you want to come back here for my next video. A really fun video and powerful one about Frank Tufano and some people who have supported him. I just really blow apart, I blow apart the carnivore community, anti-vegan community. So to make sure you see that video, don't rely on YouTube notifications. Bookmark my page. Save it in your favorites.